as soon as Shang-Chi got announced, and then Mortal Kombat, and then Warrior 3 within like the span of the same 2 weeks or something like that, the Asian community said two things. One, Asian representation in film and cinema and Hollywood. Fuck
Nice.
yeah. Fuck yeah. Two, why is it always magic kung fu people?
Yeah, that was me. That
No,
was-
those more than just you. Like, a lot of other people said the same thing. Like a lot of people were just like POC in cinema as main characters. Fuck yes, right? We're making it like things are changing.
yeah.
Right, slowly. The other thing was, why magic kung fu people? Like we're more than just that, right? And maybe not to the finer details of what you said, which was, why can't we be lead romance?
Right.
Lead romance, whatever.
So essentially, the more specific question would be,
why can't we fill out other roles?
Yeah. Why are we relegated to kicking people's asses and being an alternative?
I'm not complaining that we're kicking people's asses. That's always great.
Yeah.
But so I agree to an extent. I think, I do agree that obviously we want to see more, maybe a couple of more, not too many, but more romance, like rom-coms or whatever of lead male Asian leading. But there are other films with Asian romance leads. One is the To All the Boys That I've Loved, which has a sequel and has a lead female teenager, Asian teenager that's dating this white boy in high school, right? That's good.
That's great.
It was actually quite enjoyable to watch. Pleasant, sort of like nice thing to watch while you're eating dinner or just chilling, right? The other one is Warrior. So if you haven't seen Warrior, the main character Assam actually does fall in love with a white girl, right? And he's the main character. But this is also that, by the way, he's also based on Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee's wife was white. So
Yeah.
and so there's that.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not that we don't have
We've got
other roles, but I suppose it's
literal,
suppressed.
like, you can count on one hand type of thing.
Maybe, but I don't know every single one. But obviously,
There's not many more than that, I tell you.
hey man, if that's the case, then I'm gonna add mine onto there because I did a short film with.
There you go.
as
That's
the
actually
lead romance.
that's what I was going to say, is that the way the movie and film TV industry works is that if you the best way to get representation on the screen is to produce your own work. It literally is. Unfortunately, that is really the best answer, because if
Despite its challenges,
absolutely, financially, obviously, right? But
in terms of exposure,
yeah, look, when you are a person of color or Asian or whatever trying to break into the industry, you are at the mercy of the people who are making these movies, not the directors, not the writers. You are at the mercy of producers, casting directors, people who make or break decisions based on how they perceive the audience will react to things. So the best way to get by that barrier is to be those people yourselves,
right?
and produce your own movies and TV. Put yourself as the lead, get a good crew of people, get good writers, get directors, friends, whatever, and get it made. That is literally it. And there's so many people doing that
Networking is important, guys.
within New Zealand as well, just off the top of my head, PAC is one of them. There's so many other groups.
The Pan Asian Collective.
That's the one. Absolutely doing God's work. Basically, that's the secret. That is hands down the secret. That's it.
Yep. And so from that, I suppose, what we can say is that we've noticed obviously like a rise in minorities or
Yep.
other people of other colors and other
good.
cultures in film more often than not, and with platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime and whatever, featuring movies and Disney Plus and featuring content and film and movies and series from other countries with subtitles. We do get to see that more of that representation more in our day-to-day lives
Absolutely.
as people that live in European countries or even in our case Pacific Island countries.
Film and media affects us in such a deep level that we don't even realize that it affects us that deep. Because think about it like this. When was the earliest memory you've had of watching TV or something on screen?
I was like 5.
Barely able to walk, right? From that point on, your perception of what is socially acceptable, what is considered socially pretty or good looking, is largely, molded by that media that you consume. And remember, kids' brains, they're fucking jelly. Like,
Yeah.
they're literally, it's like a sponge that just soaks everything up and it stays in there, right? So,
That's why you have to treat your kids good, guys. Treat kids
And-
good.
just recalling back from my, childhood, I can distinctly remember why I've always questioned as a kid, like as a teen as well. I've always questioned, why don't I look like Brad Pitt? Why? Like, why is that? Because literally every movie, every TV show that was on
I mean, like, how
the
many
screen-
superheroes did you ever want to be that weren't Asian?
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't
Every
even know
show-
Shang-Chi was a freaking superhero
No.
that existed. I didn't even know the Mandarin
No.
existed.
No.
And when I found out, only because it was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which, by the way, had Daisy, in it.
Right.
What's
Right.
her name? Quake.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then only to find out that she's half Asian, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I was like, there we go. I was
Yeah.
like, well, not thank God, but more like, oh, shit, this is
Finally.
fucking cool.
Finally, right?
Like, and okay, so it's not like we go around. It's not like we suffer this sort of like thing. Like this is more like something that we wish was different. That we can say that we are.
we
making an
never
impact
we
with.
never thought about wishing that it was different until we got a taste of how it could be,
Or
and
we
now we
ourselves.
want more of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So before, we didn't even realize it was an issue because literally everyone was white on TV.
yeah.
Literally everyone was white.
And the thing is, like, a lot of people don't realize that Quake, the main character in like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right, or Daisy as they call her, a lot of people don't realize that she's half Asian.
I don't watch the show, so I don't know.
Oh, it's a good show.
Yeah.
Like, and like halfway through, it gets like repetitive a little bit.
Yeah.
But good show nonetheless. Enjoyable.
Yeah.
Definitely worth watch.
Spoiled by
sorry.
TV MCU, that's for sure. Anyways, that look. Anything else to add on that front?
I think Asians specifically Asians in film and Hollywood and cinema are very strong right now.
Yeah.
And
Ride the wave.
absolutely.
Ride the wave. If I have anything to leave as parting words is, be the change. Oh, this sounds super cheesy as hell. But be the change you want to be.
Oh,
Or see.
they're almost close. Almost
see.
there.
Because no one, you're not going to affect change by going to the people who control the narrative, right? These 50-year-olds in their fat white suits.
What do the people like these days?
Exactly. That's not going to be. That's not going to change anything, right? It might.
I mean, you might have to just convince them that this is what they want to see.
Yeah.
But as long as that change is what you want, then that's all that really matters, to be honest.
yeah.
Having said that, I think that what we are seeing is that we have this huge influx of Asians in cinema and Asians on TV. Keep riding that wave, like he said. This is for a lot of us Asians and Shadownet as a Asian-owned business. It's great to see diversity really come through. Now diversity is not something that I want to force, because when you force diversity, hot take, I feel like it's not natural enough. You know, I feel like it's not. It no longer becomes realistic because it's too idealistic, and that devalues what you're gonna and sort of like clouds your judgment on how you're gonna create whatever you're gonna create. But having diversity is important. It is a key component, and just like everything else in life, don't force it, right? But just, I suppose, live a life of diversity, whether in the things that right down to your hobbies, right down to the food you eat. Diversify everything, experience different cultures, experience different things, and I heard a really important. There was a quote I heard, and read, amongst the BLM movement when it first came out, you know. And it wasn't a very popular quote. Sorry, I'm struggling at the moment. It wasn't a very popular quote because obviously everyone was very heated, right? But and I don't remember the quote itself. But what I will quote is the I suppose a Confucian term to make it a little bit more relevant to our Asian topic right here. The term was that essentially the best way to influence others, right? As Confucius would say, as the master would say, the best way to influence others would be to simply be, right? The gentleman, the junzi is the example, right? And to be that example is to simply be in that state of who you are and what you are, right?
Yep.
And so if you want to be, if you want a better world, be that change, be that ideal person that you want to see others be, right? And just and keep in mind that, you know, because you are the example, right? That when just as the gentleman is the example, and when the moon errs and eclipses, everyone around, that was bathing in that light stares at you. When the sun is eclipsed, everyone looks up, stares at you. But when the sun is doing exactly is the absolute paragon and the absolute ideal and sort of that nurturing leader, you know, everyone below benefits from it. You know, like the crops grow and everyone bathes in warmth and light. And these are things that I suppose I carry as values. No one's perfect. You know, obviously you'll make mistakes, and the sun does eclipse once in a blue moon. You know, quite literally.
It's pretty easy, guys. Just go be Steve Rogers, man.
Oh, shit, dude. Like,
just be blonde, blue-eyed.
Why can't we all just be
perfect-
Steve fucking
perfect
Rogers?
values.
Oh, by the way, that Falcon outfit was just way too much, dude. I hated that Falcon outfit.
I liked it.
No, shoulders were too much. Shoulders were way too much.
Shoulders.
Oh, so unnatural. He's not that big in real life. Okay. I think we're done. Thank you so much, Johannes, for coming in and talking with me on this topic. Obviously, Asians in cinema is very important to us as individuals that have both dabbled in cinema and both dabbled in, I suppose, the arts, and want to see this change and want to see this this better world.
Yeah.
And we are getting there. The world is improving, but there's still a lot of Asian hate over in America and around the world.
That's rough.
And, you know, obviously, we need to talk about Asian hate.
Yeah.
I don't think we have to talk about it today on the show, because the answer is that just fucking stop it. You know, it's sad. You know, like, if you want to be racist, that's one thing. I think racism and fear of others is something that's going to be inherent in human beings for, I don't know, for the end of fucking time, right? But obviously, managing that, understanding and educating through racism is something that we can do. But attacking fucking old people is just fucking pathetic. It is so fucking bad. Why would you attack an old guy or an old lady just because? Like, what the fuck did they do to you? Like, they can't even fight back. It's super cowardly, right? Unless you're fighting like like the old rat dude in the Ninja Turtles. You know,
It's
don't even.
still never good. No. Anyways, guys.
Yeah,
Happy
I mean,
note.
like unless you're like
notes.
challenging a kung fu master, like don't fucking try it.
Happy notes.
But yes, Mortal Kombat's fucking sick. Go watch it. But yeah,
Cool.
cool. Anyway, thank you guys.
thank
Also,
sponsors,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
absolutely. Thank you to Playtech for giving us this amazing space. Thank you to MSI, our favorite dragons, our favorite laptops, for providing us the power that we need to create the content. I'm gonna go home, use this laptop to edit the videos, upload that to YouTube, and I'm gonna be able to create some fantastic content. By the way, I am not a professional editor, but this thing allows me to create the videos I need and most importantly play the games I want. When my PC fails me because it doesn't have a 2080 GPU in it, this thing carries me, right? And in the near future when we get stock, because obviously ANZ's dry on stock for a lot of things, I'm gonna have a laptop. I'm gonna have the GE76 that's gonna have like a 30 series GPU in it. Like that thing is like, god damn, a 30 series GPU is thicker than this. I don't know how they stuck that inside. All right, we'll catch you later. Thank you guys.
Cool.
Thank you to sponsors.
Bye.
Thank you to everybody. We'll see you guys in another episode at another time. But have a great day. Happy birthday, Chaxton. We'll see you guys later. Peace.